Once upon a time, in the village of Ugunta, lived a woman named Mama Ebele. She was known across the nearby valleys for two things: her fierce devotion to her only child, Ebele, and the strange rule that governed their home. Mama Ebele never allowed anyone to bathe her daughter. Not even she, the mother, touched water to the girl's skin. At first, people thought it was simply a phase, a mother's odd habit that would soon be forgotten. But when days grew into months, and months stretched into years, the rule became more than a habit. It became a mystery. And in Ugunta, mysteries always attracted whispers. The girl, Ebele, was born on a stormy night. The rain had fallen so heavily that even the elders believed the sky was breaking open. Thunder roared like angry drums, lightning cracked like shattered glass, and the midwife, Mama Ifeoma, later swore she saw a figure standing outside the hut, a tall woman dressed in mist, with eyes as bright as moonlight. But Mama Ifeoma was old, and people said the storms that year had shaken her mind. The next morning, the villagers expected to see a normal newborn, but what they saw made them step back. Ebele's skin was impossibly smooth, not just the smoothness of a baby, smooth like polished stone, shining as if she had been dipped in silk. "She is beautiful," whispered the villagers. "Too beautiful," some others murmured. Mama Ebele wrapped the baby and held her close. But from that day, she became oddly protective. She bathed the child only once, on the 7th day after birth, as custom demanded. And that was when everything changed. The moment water touched the baby's body, a faint shimmer rose from the skin, like heat above a fire. The newborn did not cry, but a strange soft glow briefly surrounded her. Mama Ebele screamed in shock. From that day, no one ever saw water touch Ebele. At first, when the child was still young, Mama Ebele managed to hide her secret. She claimed Ebele was allergic to cold. She said water made her sick. She said any story that came into her mouth quickly and sounded believable. But in Ugunta, people talk. And when people talk, stories begin to grow legs. By the time Ebele turned 5, she was already the most talked about child in the region. "She smells like bush spirits," said the old palm wine tapper. "No, no," said another. "Her mother is hiding a curse." "A curse?" Others repeated, hungry for more. The worst rumors always came from the market women. Nobody could spread a story like a woman who sold tomatoes. One day, Mama Nwanko shouted across her store, "Only a child of water spirits glows like that. Mark my words, something is wrong with that girl." Mama Ebele ignored them all. She protected Ebele fiercely, the way a lioness guards her cub, never letting anyone close. But as the child grew older, the villagers began to notice another strange thing. Ebele did not sweat. Ebele did not smell. Ebele remained spotless, as though death could not hold on to her. And that was when fear began to take root. By the time Ebele was 15, her beauty had become the talk of every village from Ugwanta to the river plains. Her skin still glowed faintly in sunlight. Her eyes were bright like morning dew. Her footsteps were quieter than anyone's, and she moved with the silence of wind slipping between trees. When Ebele turned 20, everything changed. Her beauty had grown so radiant that strangers traveled long distances just to catch a glimpse of her. Princes, hunters, warriors, and rich traders, all of them came asking for her hand in marriage. Mama Ebele refused them all. "Go home," she shouted. "My daughter is not ready." But rejection only increased their desire. One man in particular, Obidia the hunter, refused to accept defeat. He was tall, powerful, and feared in many lands. It was said he once killed a leopard with his bare hands. Obidia came with gifts, goats, kegs of palm wine, expensive fabrics, but Mama Ebele still sent him away. Humiliated, Obidia swore, "I will uncover whatever secret you are hiding. I will marry Ebele whether you agree or not." That night, under the cover of darkness, Obidia crept into their compound. He arrived just as Ebele stepped out to feel the night breeze. A small gourd of water was in her hand. She often held it, though she never opened it. Obidia approached silently and said, "You will marry me." Startled, Ebele turned. "Leave my mother's home. I will not marry you." "You will," Obidia growled, "because I will expose your secret. Everyone knows you fear water. Let me see what happens when—" Before she could escape, Obidia grabbed the gourd and splashed its contents onto her arm. A bright flash tore through the night. Ebele screamed. A glowing wave pulsed from her skin, throwing Obidia backward. He hit the ground gasping as the light faded and Ebele collapsed. The entire village woke up. They saw Obidia trembling on the ground and Ebele lying unconscious, her body flickering with faint light. Whispers became screams. Screams became panic. Panic became accusation. "She is possessed," someone shouted. "She is a water spirit." "No, she is not one of us." They sat under the ancient Iroko tree where judgments had been given for generations. Obidia, still shaking, told his story. "I touched her with water and she turned into light. She is not human." The villagers gasped and murmured. Mama Ebele knelt before the elders, crying, "She is my daughter. She is human. Please let me explain." But they would not listen. The oldest elder, Ojene of the red staff, struck the ground with his stick. "The girl must be tested," he declared. "If she survives the cleansing ritual, she is human. If not, we will know the truth." Mama Ebele screamed, but her cries meant nothing. The ritual was set for the next sunset. When the sun dipped low and the sky turned orange, the villagers gathered. A large clay pot filled with sacred water, blessed by 3 priests, sat in the center of the square. Ebele, weak but conscious, was brought forward. Mama Ebele clung to her, sobbing. "My child, forgive me," she whispered. "I tried to protect you." Ebele looked into her mother's eyes with calm sadness. "You did everything a mother could do." Ojene lifted his staff. "Bring her forward." Ebele stepped towards the pot. The villagers leaned in, breath held. Mama Ebele collapsed to her knees, praying silently. A young maiden handed Ojene a small wooden bowl. He dipped it into the sacred water. "May the truth reveal itself," he said. He raised the bowl. Ebele closed her eyes. But just as the water was about to touch her skin, a powerful wind swept through the square. The ground trembled. The clay pot cracked loudly. Suddenly, a tall, glowing figure appeared at the center of the crowd. The same figure Mama Ifeoma claimed to have seen 20 years ago. She floated above the ground, shining with silver light. Her voice echoed like water running over smooth stones. Enough! The villagers fell to their knees in terror. Mama Ebele trembled.
It is you, the one who came when she was born. Yes, the spirit woman replied, and now you must know the truth.
The spirit's voice carried across the entire village. 20 years ago, I came to your world with a warning. This child was not meant for destruction or fear. She was meant for balance. The villagers listened, stunned. She is a child touched by the river goddess, chosen to carry light into the human world. Her body rejects water because her spirit carries a different purity, one that water cannot contain. Mama Ebele whispered, "But why, my child?" "Because you were brave enough," the spirit replied, "and because Ebele's father was not entirely human." Gasps exploded through the crowd. Mama Ebele shook her head violently. "No, that is not true. He was a traveler." "Yes," said the spirit, "a traveler between worlds, a messenger of the goddess. He loved you, and the child born from that love carries his light." Ebele stood still, absorbing the truth. "So, I am not cursed?" "No, child," the spirit said gently. "You are gifted. Your glow is not a sign of danger, but protection. Darkness grows beyond the river. You are meant to stand against it. But you must first accept who you are." The villagers bowed, humbled. Ogene dropped his staff in shame. "We misjudged her," he said. The spirit's voice softened. "Now that the truth has been revealed, she must choose her path." The spirit stretched her hand towards Ebele. "You may come with me to the realm of the goddess, where you will learn your powers and live among beings like you." She then gestured toward Mama Ebele. "Or you may remain with your mother, keeping your light hidden, living a human life, but always bound by limitations." The entire village held its breath. Mama Ebele was crying silently. She wanted her daughter close, but she knew Ebele was more than the world she came from. Ebele turned to her. "Mama, what do you want?" Mama Ebele took her daughter's hands and said, "My child, I want what you want. You were never mine to keep. You were mine to guide." The spirit smiled. Ebele looked around at the villagers, then at the glowing spirit. Finally, she stepped forward. "I will go and learn," she said, "but I will return one day, not as a mystery, but as a protector of my people." The spirit touched her forehead. A brilliant light enveloped Ebele, lifting her gently into the air. Mama Ebele stretched out her hands. "My child, go in strength." With a final flash, Ebele vanished into the sky. From that day, Ugwuanta changed. The villagers told the story of the girl who could not touch water, the one destined for greatness. Mama Ebele became honored as the woman who raised a child of light. As the years passed, whenever trouble threatened the village, a drought, a sickness, a strange darkness, a faint glow would appear on the hills at night, and the villagers would whisper, "Ebele has returned." She never stayed long. She never allowed herself to be seen fully. But she always left the village protected, a soft shimmering light lingering in the morning air. Some say she now walks between worlds. Others say she lives beneath the river, learning secrets of old. But everyone agrees on one thing. Ebele was never cursed, she was chosen, and her mother's strange refusal saved her life. Thanks for watching. See you in our next story.